Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very ominous and cryptic tweet from Elon Musk. And he basically talked about that, well, if he's no longer, let's just say, if he's no longer on this planet, it was nice knowing you. Something to that effect. You could go on his Twitter profile right now. I don't have Twitter. I don't have Facebook. I only have this YouTube channel, so hit subscribe to this channel. We're almost at 200,000 subscribers, and the stock market crash channel below in the pinned comment. Ladies and gentlemen, Fox News, Elon Musk sets internet on, with cryptic tweet about losing his life under mysterious circumstances. Mint, the Daily Mail, other publications, interestingly enough, CNN and MSNBC, the Washington Post, and the New York Times, I don't believe are anywhere to be found. Yahoo Finance, nope, nothing. The only publications are Fox News and the Daily Mail and some other Hindustan Times, First Post, but not, interestingly enough, and there's some conservative publications also, but not MSNBC, CNN, the Washington Post, or the New York Times. I guess they're not worried about a very a post on Twitter that could be, I don't want to say, God forbid, foreshadowing anything, or telling the world of a possibility of something taking place, God forbid. But this is being reported right now, and it's very concerning. It's something that is tied to how he helped the country in Europe right now being invaded. So, those people on Twitter, those people. So this is a very worrying post by Elon Musk, but those people who put the little icons next to their name and say, I stand with this country. It's like, well, because of Elon Musk, he did more for that country than most individuals outside of that country. He allowed cities, especially the capital, to utilize the internet because he allowed them to utilize the internet because he had the capabilities to do so. And it's like now the hit pieces are just flowing, despite the fact that SpaceX, the Starlink capabilities that he utilized to help that country was more than any journalist at any of these publications who also tried to deceive the entire country and world into thinking that Trump was installed by you-know-who. So I'm speaking in roundabout terms because, it's a topic that I want to follow 100% YouTube guidelines, and it's being reported now, interestingly enough, only in certain publications, but not others. Don't tell me if this was AOC, God forbid, or anyone else, in President Mashed Potato Brains administration, or any Democrat, if they wrote the same type of tweet, that they were worried about their safety and well-being, and they were worried about continuing to be on this planet and alive, that everyone in the public relations machine would take it seriously, and oh my God, it would be like a huge deal. But because they're upset with Elon Musk for, committing the, unspeakable sin of allowing actual speech and dialogue and discussion and debate and discourse on Twitter, oh my goodness. I just find that interesting that, the Sun. So there are publications, but you don't see a lot of publications really talking about this. But the point is, there are billionaires who have lost their lives recently, and in the most horrific manner. Money does not bring you happiness. I think Elon Musk knows this. Not because of his tweet, but just basically, it's just money gives you freedom, and it gives you the ability to, to breathe a little bit in terms of having less stress. But it doesn't make you happy. It could contribute easily to happiness, but you have to have a lot more in your life than just money. And it's interesting that he is kind of telling the world, hey, you know what? I'm being threatened by this country. So the country, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how media, who's more interested, by the way, in Twitter being a digital platform that serves the Democratic Party's interests. So because Elon Musk is simply going to allow existing laws that govern free speech, or that existing laws that protect people in terms of speech. So you don't need Twitter to protect anyone in terms of speech. I, for example, went to the police with a Twitter profile. That's all I needed. They read the the statements towards me, and they said, okay, you could file a police report. Again, that got me into the Second Amendment. So I have firearms. You might have firearms to protect yourself and your family. Okay. The police actually told me, you know what to do. So I think Elon Musk should as well. It's a right that we have in this country, the Second Amendment, that just like the First Amendment, Democrats would love to just erase as they pontificate and opine and preach and scream at the top of their lungs about certain rights that they feel are being taken away from them. But Elon Musk very likely should have an amazing security detail, but he should also take, his protection into his own hands, not just rely on a security detail that could, God forbid, turn on him potentially, in some scenario. What I'm saying is, I don't really know what to make of his tweet. And if you go to his, well, actually, here's the Fox News article. Cryptic tweet. If he loses his life under mysterious circumstances, and let's see. Some suggest that Tesla CEO's cryptic tweet about losing his life under mysterious circumstances might be referring to, but it seems Musk is is likely more worried about the country that's invading another country in Europe. So they're attributing it. Some people are attributing that tweet to certain politicians, which of course is absurd, but shortly before his cryptic tweet, the Tesla CEO cited a message from a former deputy prime minister of a country invading another country in Europe, who sent a statement to media condemning Musk's Starlink satellite company for enabling the country that they invaded. So, like I said, he did more for the country that has been invaded than any Democratic politician who is using that geopolitical nightmare for their own political purposes. He's making adversaries. It's really interesting. He's making adversaries everywhere because he's not controlled by anybody, or it doesn't seem that he's controlled by anybody. It doesn't seem he cares about playing. He doesn't care about the sacred cows, the paradigm of thought that these billionaires and media companies and conglomerates and corporations worship. He's his own man. That's a very good thing. And I think he's letting the world know that, hey, it's a possibility. And God forbid I think it's unlikely, but it's a possibility, and he's letting the world know that. God forbid. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Really, really huge story. I'll be back, of course. Be here, definitely be here in about 12 p.m. Pacific time today. Thank you.